Bad Bunny's halftime show reminded me why I spent most of my life embarrassed about being Korean. Because what he did was show everyone that his culture, Latino culture, is something to be proud of. For 13 minutes on the world's biggest stage, Bad Bunny didn't hide, he didn't sanitize, and he didn't speak in English. He brought sugarcane fields, piragua carts, dominoes, and the flags of many American countries and declared, in Spanish, how wonderful it is to be Latino. I don't know what it's like to be Latino, but I do know what it's like to grow up underrepresented and always judged by negative stereotypes. As a Korean adoptee raised in Iowa, I spent decades rejecting everything Korean because I rarely saw Asians portrayed in a positive light. The few Asian faces I saw in American media were punchlines, reduced to sidekicks and negative stereotypes. So I internalized that. Being Korean was something to be ashamed of. I had no desire to visit Korea. I didn't want to try the food, and I wanted nothing to do with the language or culture. And then during the pandemic, I discovered K dramas and K pop. For the first time in my life, I saw Koreans as complex, handsome, and emotional main characters. I saw a culture I had been taught to diminish, but it was magnificent. It literally changed my life. It changed the way I think about myself and the country where I was born. That's what representation does. It doesn't just entertain you, it shows you you're allowed to exist with pride. When Bad Bunny said, "We're still here," at the end of that performance, I felt it, not as a Latina, but as someone who spent too many years believing my culture wasn't worth celebrating. And the Latino community felt it. Videos flooded the internet of them crying and celebrating. They were finally seeing themselves, their history, their music, and their culture celebrated on the biggest stage in American television. Especially now, as we see ICE targeting their community, the U.S. needed to see Latino culture honored unapologetically in their language and on their terms.